Hello, Loggers fans, and welcome into another edition of Meet the Loggers. My name is Nick Ridolotti from the Loggers Radio Network, and today I am joined by Loggers starting pitcher Alex Gunn. Alex, first off, thank you very much for being on.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, Alex, you've had an absolutely great season, and we're going to get to that, but the first question I want to ask you is actually about your father. A lot of guys that come to play here in the Northwoods League have fathers with minor league or major league ties, but your dad, it's a little bit different story.
You're right. My dad played football out throughout high school and in college, and he really wasn't that great of a baseball player. I mean, he played in high school and got defensive award for first base. I mean, he didn't really have great influence in the world of baseball.
And now your father finds himself in a little bit of a political role. Talk a little bit about that.
He's now Speaker of the House. He had just felt like that was the right thing to do back in about 2003. Just felt like he should run for office because it wasn't looking good in Mississippi. So he did it and made a lot of friends, and now works his way up to Speaker of the House.
Speaker of the House in the state of Mississippi,
yeah.
Not a bad title. But, you know, as I said, a lot of fathers usually are more professional athlete, type like that, coaches as well. How did you actually get your start then in the game of baseball with your dad being in the political realm?
Well, in high school, being left-handed, they really wanted me as a pitcher. And so we had a good pitching coach, Coach Casey Edwards. He moved my senior year, but he really worked with me throughout 8th grade, 9th grade, and I was actually starting 10th grade in varsity. And he's really helped me get mechanics down and learn how to throw and whatnot.
At what point did you realize you were going to be able to keep pitching past high school?
About junior year, I was throwing mid-80s with a good slider, and good slider, and I was able to knock off some of the top teams in the state. And I realized that I have a good chance to go to college.
Now, Alex, you also have a twin brother named Andrew. He also plays a little bit of baseball. Talk a little bit about Andrew, what he brings to the table, and also how maybe you guys have competed with each other and helped each other improve.
Well, being a twin is a lot of competitiveness. Everybody asks who's taller, who's heavier, who runs faster, so you're always trying to outdo each other, which is great. And so in the backyard, like on summer days, not practicing, wintertime, we're always out in the yard playing 21, where if you hit him in the chest, then it's 1 point. If you hit him in the head, it's 2 points. So we're always just trying to be better than the other one, outdo the other one, and then with off speed and change-ups and curveballs, we always try to be better than the other one, which has really helped throughout my life.
And you talked about how good your slider was. Your curveball is kind of becoming your plus pitch, the one you can really depend on. But it's actually Andrew, your brother, who's helped you develop it. How has he helped you develop that curveball?
Well, back in later, like 8th grade, I didn't have a curveball. I didn't get a curveball until 10th grade, and Andrew had a curveball back in 7th grade. And so he's been with a curveball, able to throw it better, and so he's always worked with me. And all the time in the summer, I just won't throw it hard enough, and you'll hear my brother in the dugout or in the outfield where he's playing just throw it harder, just yelling at me, and so I always just throw it harder, and it seems to work. So he just knows how to do it.
So is Andrew your teammate then?
Yes, Andrew's been my teammate all the way up till this summer. We've played every sport together.
And now you've been playing at Hines Community College. How has your playing there at Hines really helped you progress your game to the point now where you've signed on to play with Memphis?
It's helped a lot. I mean, hitters in high school usually aren't great, and being able to go to a junior college, you face all the best hitters from the area, and the area in Mississippi and everywhere. And so it's really like a step up and like to college. I mean, you get to see the junior college coaches we had one of the best offensive teams in the state, and we played other really good offensive teams. And so it's almost seeing D1 hitting on a daily basis, just being able to compete and learn how to throw pitches and where to throw them and what counts to throw and whatnot.
What are your expectations for this next year at Memphis?
Well, I mean, I have a lot of expectations. I really hope to increase velocity and get a lot more break out my breaking ball and cut out my slider and a really good changeup. And hopefully to get bigger too. I mean, I need some strength on me because I'm a little skinny guy, but just a lot.
And one of your teammates next season at Memphis is actually your teammate right here with the Loggers, Jonathan Van Eaton. Talk a little bit about kind of the camaraderie you guys have developed, because from an outsider looking in, you're kind of more quiet, straight-laced, and John Van Eaton, to put it lightly, is a little out there. So
Yeah.
how did you guys kind of start becoming good buddies? And it seems like it's difficult to find you two apart from each other.
Well, once he came, we started just kind of forming the bond just because we will be with each other for another 2 years. And it just kind of clicked. I'm just the guy who, I wouldn't say follow him around, but I mean, we're just kind of together. He's more of the leader doing, not just yelling crazy, and I just sit there and watch him. I mean, it works good. Hopefully it carries on in the spring.
Yeah, I think it will. You guys, you're kind of a dynamic duo there. Everywhere you go, it's kind of entertaining to watch from an outside perspective. Now, Alex, a little bit more serious note. As I said, you've pitched very great this summer with the Loggers. You've probably been arguably the ace of the staff, the starter on day one. You didn't get voted into the Northwoods League All-Star game. A lot of people around this team feel maybe you got slighted a little bit. Has not being chosen into that Northwoods League All-Star game kind of motivated you to perform maybe a little bit better here down the stretch?
Yeah, it has. I mean, it certainly, everybody coming in is hoping to get in the All-Star game, and not being in the All-Star game, I mean, it sucks. But, I mean, it's definitely motivation to get myself better and work on things that probably kept me out of the All-Star game and just improve my game.
Now, that motivation certainly showed through the last time you took the hill, a complete game for you, held the opposing team to just one run. Talk about the mindset as a starting pitcher, maybe in the 6th or 7th inning when you start to realize you've got a shot at a complete game, pitch count is good, batters are attacking early. How does your approach change maybe a little bit when you see that end in sight?
Well, at the beginning of the game, you're trying to figure out how to get guys out later in the game. You're trying to see what they're bad at, what they're good at, what not to throw them, what to throw them. And later as the game, we were up 9-1, and they were just really aggressive. So my mindset was just throw it over the plate and make them get themselves out and try to have quick innings.
Absolutely. And your complete game, a big motivating boost, a confidence boost for yourself as well as probably your coaches and your teammates. The playoffs are approaching, 3-game series. How much would it mean to you to be the guy that takes the hill in game 1 of a 3-game series?
I mean, it would mean a lot. I mean, all starting pitchers want that dream. I mean, it's kind of just like, we know you can get us ahead, get us a game up, and we want you to have the ball and give us a chance to win the game and hopefully win the series.
Now, I said you're arguably one of the aces of the staff. Jake Stassi and James Guillen have also had incredible seasons. Break down their game a little bit. Start out with Stassi and James after that. Just what you see in their game and what they bring to the table.
Well, Stassi has a really good slider. He's able to throw it low and in to righties off the back foot, and it's really good away pitch for lefties. And he has a high 80s fastball, so he's able just to throw it by some hitters and then throw the slider in there and the changeup. It's a really good spotter. And Guillen's kind of the same. He's had me working with him on his breaking ball just because he wants to be able to spot it better. But, I mean, he's just really good. I like how he throws. He's kind of slow and then just kind of slings it in
Kind
there.
of a funky delivery.
Yeah.
He almost has that pause and a hitch in his delivery.
Yeah. And he's really good. Has a good split finger changeup that kind of drops, and his slider is just really good.
Have you picked up a lot from the other pitchers on this staff here this summer?
I have. I've learned a few things. I've watched guys really and just seen how they've thrown and try to do it because I don't throw extremely hard. So I'm trying to pick up ways to pick up 1 or 2 miles per hour on velocity. And I tried Guillen for a while, and then I tried Stassi. I'm just kind of messing around with everybody's throwing.
Just kind of being a sponge
Yeah.
out there. Alex, if there's a major leaguer that you feel your game on the hill most resembles, who would you say it'd be?
I don't know. I'll tell you who I like. I like C.J. Wilson. He's a really good lefty pitcher that I enjoy watching and just see what he does. And Cliff Lee. I'm a Rangers guy, so they both played recently.
We got a lot
with
of Rangers guys on this team.
We
the
do.
Texas connection.
Yeah. And so just watching them and how they go out and compete, being left-handed and with their curveballs and sliders, I just really enjoy watching them.
What about growing up, Alex, and you were a little bit younger? Was there any major leaguer you looked up to?
Not really. I was always a Rangers fan. A-Rod was on the Rangers back when I liked him. Well, a long time ago when I was younger. But right now, Josh Hamilton, he's just a beast.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
If there was a memorable moment for you this summer with the Loggers, Alex, One moment. What would you say it is?
I'd have to say the complete game. Just being out there in the last out, that's the Copeland Crazies on their feet yelling, and then having Boomer catch that out and just feel like I did it completely. Like no one else did it. I did the whole thing myself. It was just great.
You get that last out. Who's the first guy to come up to you, and what does he say?
I don't remember. I just heard, "Great job. You did a great job."
That's all that matters, right?
Yeah,
it was a team effort.
Someone just grabbed me on the back and was like, "Great job," and just pat me on the chest.
All right, well, Alex, best of luck the rest of the way. You've done great so far. Thanks very much for joining us today. And Loggers fans, tune in for another edition of Meet the Loggers right here on YouTube.